I'm Teresa, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me here today. Today we're going to be doing some gel printing, but we're going to create some stamps. Now I've drawn up a template here for some simple house shapes, and this template will be available for you to use as well. We're going to create some foam stamps and then go on to create some lovely layered prints of little whimsical street scenes, for want of a better description. Just using acrylic paints and a Posca paint pen for added detail. So I'm going to clear these out of the way, get all set up, and I'll be back to show you how it's done. As always, I'll begin with a quick rundown of the products I'm using today. Today I've decided to use my 6x6" gel plate. Haven't used this size for a bit. This is my Gel Press brand one. As always, as I say most weeks, use whatever size plate you have. You know, you can do this on a smaller plate, you can do this on a larger plate. You can adjust the size of the template to suit if you want to do that. But I thought I'll go for 6" square. Haven't used this one for a while, so that's what I'm using today. I've got my brayer. This is just the Speedball rubber brayer. Again, whether you've got one of these, whether you've got one of the Ranger red rubber brayers, all work exactly the same, so perfectly all right no matter what you've got there. I thought I would use a selection of sort of nice spring colours. I mean, here we are, we're in February now, still is winter, but starting to see a few signs that spring is hopefully on its way soon. So I thought let's use some pretty sort of pastel shades. These are all Deco Art Americana acrylics. I have Sea Breeze, Sour Apple, Banana Cream, Vintage Pink, Lilac Meadow and Pink Chiffon. I've also got some white. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I've pulled it out just in case I need it. And I thought those colours might be quite pretty, nice to work with something sort of colourful and spring-like. For cleaning up, I have paper towel, I have some water in a spray bottle, got some baby oil. So I've got those to the side. I'm going to be printing just on, this is some paper I cut out of a sketchbook, a Faber-Castell mixed media sketchbook. Just cut some pieces 7 inches square, so they're a little bit bigger than my plate. Got some of that. Again, you can print this on basic printer copier paper. I mean, I have printer paper here. I use this for cleaning my brayer off if I've got any extra paint. You could print on that. You can print on watercolour paper. You can, you know, whatever you've got. I get asked what paper are you using. For the most part, it really doesn't matter. As long as it's fairly smooth, you should get good results. And then the other thing that we're going to be doing today, obviously, is making some house shape stamps. I don't know where the idea came from. I was trying to decide what to do. I think I was inspired. I've recently seen a couple of people doing things with houses, rows of houses. And I thought, do you know what, let's make some stamps and use them to create some layered prints. Now, in the past, when I've made stamps and masks and stencils and things myself, I tend to go for quite generic, organic shapes, things that are quite random. So this is no right or wrong. So this is a little bit more structured in as much as I want these to look like houses. So I've just printed out a few basic sort of house shapes with windows in. I will link to this template in the description below. If you want to print this off and use it, feel free to do that. I'm quite happy for you to do that. You can use it as it is. You can customize the roof shapes, customize the window shapes. You know, I was thinking, oh, you could make sort of more sort of Dutch European style houses by changing the roof shapes on these, which would be really quite nice. But I've gone for sort of simple pointy roofs, square and rectangular windows. So I'm going to use this template to create my stamps, and the stamps I am going to be making today from this children's craft foam. It's 2mm thick, just a craft foam. You can buy this all over the place. If you've got a craft shop, look in the children's section especially. If not, you'll buy it online on the internet. It's really good for making stamps. I've used it before. Cheap and inexpensive, easy to get a hold of. I'm going to be cutting the shapes of the houses out of this foam and attaching them to just a piece of cardboard, just so I've got something sturdy to hold on to use them. I'm going to make my houses individually. There is no reason why you couldn't attach all of yours in one big long row and use it as one giant stamp. I like the flexibility of being able to rearrange them, so I'm going to do them separately. Now, if for some reason you can't get hold of this craft foam, you could indeed just cut these house shapes out of some cardboard that's got some depth. I've used foam board in the past, or you could use like a corrugated cardboard. They don't work quite so well as the foam, but as long as you've got something that's got the height that the shape of the house will touch the plate but the backing won't, you should be fine. But yeah, try and get hold of some of this craft foam. It's really fun to use, and as I say, it's inexpensive, and if you do a lot of gel printing, it is great fun for making stamps with. I've got scissors, I've got a craft knife obviously to cut out my houses, and all I'm going to do is cut out my houses, draw around them onto the foam, and then cut the shape out of the foam and attach it to a cardboard backing.
Hey, I wish you could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. Staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid anymore. I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you. I fall into you. Hey, I wish I could show you more, 'cause baby you deserve some more. But still you're here and that's what I adore. Should've told you straight away everything I have to say, but I'm afraid and I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you. I fall into you. I fall into you. I look in the mirror, who's looking back at me? I don't know what happened, guess we weren't meant to be. I know we had problems, I thought we could fix them, but we got tired. There's nothing left to do but to say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me were so messy.
So here are our finished house stamps, and they should work absolutely perfectly for creating some lovely layered backgrounds on our gel plate. So I'm going to get the plate set up and get ready to start printing. So I'm all set up with my plate. As I said at the beginning, this is my 6-inch square plate, and it's just a really nice size for these houses. And I'm just going to build some different layer prints. Going to print on perhaps 2-3 layers on each piece of paper, and just see how it goes, playing with different colours and the different shapes of the houses.
Together, even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you, and it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. Back when I met you, we were like fireworks. Thought nothing could break us, but oh how we got burned. Look at us now, we scream, we fight, and no one knows the reason. We're both getting out of line. Now say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on.
So we've got our first layer prints. As you can see on this one, some of the colour of the stamp transferred a little bit. I don't mind that, it just adds an extra bit of interest. If you don't want colour to transfer, then take your stamp and stamp it onto some scrap paper just to try and clear any of the excess paint that may be left on it. It will dry on there, it's a thin layer of paint, and then you'll find it doesn't transfer at all. So I'm now going to put different colour combinations down, rearrange the houses in different orders, and print another layer on top of this first one.
Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you, and it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. We were holding on to something that we both know couldn't work, so we should try to say goodbye. You know we had our problems, so now we have to try to move on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you.
And I'm going to stop printing at this point. I think the thing here is to know really when to stop. I know I said right at the very beginning you could stop right here, and I thought to show you the difference I will. So I've left one print there as the first layer, and that's a really sort of clear, crisp image of 3 houses. I then had this print here that I stopped at 2 layers. So I've got some sort of patterning going on in the background, and then a second row of houses that's showing through. And then these 2 I've stopped at the 3rd layer. And at this point they start to become more confused, but I'm going to take some Posca paint pens here and just sort of bring out one of the layers just to sort of add some definition, and then when they're all trimmed and sort of matted onto some other card or behind a little mount, you'll see the difference that that makes.
We're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you, and it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. We were holding on to something that we both know couldn't work, so we should try to say goodbye. You know we had our problems, so now we have to try to move on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we wish you could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid anymore.
And here we are with the finished prints. Now I've got out, this is just a mount I've cut myself. I've trimmed down the prints, got rid of all the excess around the edge, but just want to show you really what they would look like if they were popped in a frame. And it really does make all the difference. So, and I do kind of recommend cut yourself, even though this is, I mean, this is just roughly cut. It's not even a beveled cut mount. But just to give you an idea of what your prints will look like in a frame, they look totally different. Now, I love this one. Doodled in a bit of detail for the windows, some clouds, added some chimneys, a bit of grass at the bottom. Even these that were starting to look muddled, once you start to pick out the detail of the houses and add a few little details in there, they work really, really well, and they look so much different when they're in a mount. And so I did 2 of them with white pen, 2 of them with black pen, just to sort of show you the difference. But this is so nice. I mean, if you don't want to frame them, these would make great greetings cards. Obviously, new home card, or welcome to the neighbourhood card. But perfectly, you know, for birthdays, general greetings for male and female recipients. And I'm really, really pleased with them. Love them all. Really love this one, actually. This one looks nice now. I've picked out the detail of the houses. I really love that one. And I do really love just the very simple single layer. But they've all turned out really, really well. So hopefully this has given you a few ideas, again, of what you can do using your plate, how you can create your own stamps. To create sort of more organised prints rather than, shall I say, just an abstract print. Really, really like these. These stamps perfectly reusable. You can use them time and time again. So once you've got them, you've added them to your stash. That's a really handy thing to have. And say just with the addition of a little bit of pen doodling on top as well, you can really sort of add some extra detail and dimension to your prints. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you again soon. But for now, that's all. Bye.